Hello and welcome to the next video of our appointments course. Irina here with you again, and in this video let us talk about personal appointments in full detail. I recommend using personal appointments for blocking out time on your calendar that is not dedicated for working with clients. It can be for your personal events like a dentist appointment, haircut appointment. It can be for blocking out a lunch break or for blocking out one day off or your annual leave, just a larger chunks of time, or for scheduling team-wide events such as team meetings and so on. So let us have a look at how you would create an appointment, which is a one-off for one practitioner. So let's jump into one practitioner calendar. And let's say Samuel has a morning appointment on a Friday that he needs to block out. So for that, we'll just highlight the time block that needs to be used for that personal appointment and select the personal appointment type on the appointment panel, which will open on the side. And for that, let's give it a title. So it can be a dentist appointment. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Just save that appointment. So what you will see on the calendar, the new block will appear here. And the personal appointments are different from client appointments, just in the overview by this sidebar that is a gray color. So it can't be changed. It can have different appointment statuses to change the color of that bar. And you will quickly see that this is a personal appointment. So what it does, beside showing you and your team that this time block is not available for client or group appointments, it also blocks this time out for your client portal. So if clients come to your client portal and look for an availability with Samuel for an appointment, this time block won't be offered for them. So it blocks out availability for client portal as well. Wonderful. As a team member, as a user who has access and is able to create appointments in the same time block, it's still possible to create another appointment side by side in the same time block, but it definitely blocks it out for your clients on the client portal. So this is a one-off use of this appointment, just for one event that needs to be scheduled and blocked out of the work calendar. While we are here, let us have a look at what else you can do with personal appointments using the appointment panel feature. So obviously you can edit once you've created that appointment and click on it to open the panel. You can edit the title, you can add a flag, you can allocate a resource if necessary. Not for this particular case. I'll later show you why this can be useful. You can also use the when and where section to reschedule time, date, location, and the practitioner of this personal appointment if it needs to be moved anywhere else. Also, there is an appointment details log where you can see who created this appointment, who made changes to it. That's very useful sometimes. And also you can recur this appointment as you would do with the client appointment if you need to block out a recurring series of personal events for this practitioner. There you go. So let's use it this way. So let's say starting next week, Samuel needs to block out lunch break, so that it's not booked in and he has this regular lunch break. And we will use the personal appointment for that. So for example, we'll give it a title. And again, that's it, just save it. And now we can recur this appointment. So it will recur weekly every 1 week, and we can select the date when the lunch break is applied. So for example, on the Wednesdays, Samuel decides to skip it and make this time block available for bookings. And we can make it for other, let's say 99 more occurrences, and save the change. And we can see that now every week on Samuel's calendar is blocked out for his lunch break. Let me also show you how you can use personal appointments to book team-wide events, such as team meetings. So let's say you need to set up a team meeting. Let's jump to today, next Monday, for your practitioners. You will start creating that meeting in one practitioner's calendar by selecting the necessary time blocks, and then we'll again select the personal type of appointments and give it a title. Add a description so that the other users and practitioners know what this is about. Weekly stand-up meeting. If you do those, you can also select a flag for the team meeting to highlight and color block it on the calendar view. And this is where the resources function may be useful, so you can book one of your office rooms for conducting this meeting so that nobody else books it for client appointments, for example. Or you can also book some equipment like a projector or a laptop to do this meeting. And now the next step, before you save it, you can copy this appointment to other practitioners' calendars. And there you go. Once all the practitioners are added to this meeting, let's click Save. And the meeting appointment will be created in other practitioners' calendars. There you go. If you have a clash, you might want to reschedule an appointment for your client and let them know that the time of the appointment has changed, so you have this flexibility of adjusting the calendar so that everyone, for example, is able to attend this meeting. So this is how you can use personal appointments for blocking out time for team-wide events and adding it to all the calendars in one click. Another use case for personal appointments would be to quickly block out days or weeks of the calendar to, for example, schedule annual leave for a practitioner. So let's do that. Let's go to our practitioner who needs to take an annual leave, and let's jump to the start date of that leave, for example. So they need to take 4 days off on that week, on the last week in April. So what we will do, we will select all the time blocks that are made available in one day, use the personal appointment type, give it a title, and save. There you go. So you have blocked one day for this practitioner. You can see that the availability is all covered by this one personal appointment, and now we can recur it. For example, it can recur daily for other 3 days, so that we are blocking all 4 days in a row, and save that. And you can see that you blocked out the annual leave for this practitioner, and your team will know that these days are not available, and also your customers or clients won't be able to book an appointment if you allow them to do that through the client portal, because those days will become as unavailable. I recommend checking if this practitioner has availability in other locations. So these appointments we created for the telehealth location. Let's also check. So the practitioner doesn't have any availability for phone consultations in my account. Let's check the clinic location. Yes. So we also need to block these days on the face-to-face location so that no one books in that as well. And we'll just repeat the steps. Use the personal appointment, give it a title, save, and recur daily for another 3 days, and save. And so we blocked the appointment in this calendar as well. There was a notification that they clashed with the personal appointment in the telehealth location, so don't worry about that, but do have a look at that warning. It shows you if there are possible clashes with other appointments that are already scheduled, and it helps to manage client appointments if they need to be moved or the clients need to be made aware that the availability has changed. So there you go. This is how you can also use the personal appointments to quickly book out one day or a number of days on the calendar without changing the practitioner's availability. And in case you need to make some edits to the appointments, and let me show you how you can do that. So one way would be by clicking an appointment to open its panel on the side, and here you can make the changes to when and where this appointment happens and to its appointment details. I think I've already mentioned it briefly at the beginning of this video. Another way is to right click on the appointment. It doesn't have as detailed context menu as a client appointment, but here's what you can do. By accessing the appointment this way, you can set up a warning alert on it just to attract attention to this appointment for any reason, or turn this off. You can also edit or start a recurring series from this appointment, and you can also delete appointment using the context menu. And another thing that I wanted to mention in terms of how to manage your appointments is having a brief overview of what this appointment is about. To do that, all you need to is just hover over the appointment block, and the appointment pop-up card will show you if there are any details to this appointment. So it's not as detailed as the client appointment, but here you can see the title, the start time and end time, and the location of this appointment, and also it shows you if it's a recurring appointment or not. So for now, I hope you have found something interesting and new and useful in this video, and I will see you another time.